What I saw on internet is $1.2 million. And what I'm seeing on that same internet that they built, the structure I saw they built there, is not even up to $1 million naira. The same amount that was given to Kenya to build a stadium. What I saw on the same internet, it was a full built stadium.
If not for wickedness, why FIFA will give you money for a nation to develop something that your unborn children will still benefit from, yet you are not even putting in effort to do anything?
I am pleading on CAF and FIFA to come into this issue and let the people that were at the ends of affairs give accountability for everything they have done.
Welcome back to EVO SPORTS. Today we'll discuss about Nigerian Football Federation. The money that was allocated by FIFA to Nigerian Federation for football development in the country. A lot of allegations, a lot of complaints, a lot of investigation have been going on about this money. The $1.2 million that was budgeted for two different stadiums in Nigeria, Benin Kebbi and Delta State. But up till now, we can only see a picture of one local stadium that was built in Kebbi State. In fact, even that stadium, I'm not sure if that stadium is worth up to 100 million naira, let alone 1.2 million. But now, the news have been flying on the internet concerning the Delta State stadium. Nothing, no picture yet. And news allegedly is that the money, the stadium was not constructed or has not been constructed because of lack of funds. So where are the funds that FIFA sent to Nigerian Football Federation? They are yet to explain to us. Amaju Pini came out online and said the money was properly used and that whatever thing going online, that FIFA is aware of everything. Then along the line, FIFA posted a picture of the stadium in Benin Kebbi on their website, on their page on Twitter. Is it that FIFA are mocking Nigeria? Is it that FIFA don't want to say anything yet? Because with no caption, with nothing, but to me, I feel like they are mocking Nigeria, because I feel like that money given to Nigeria, and then you are coming to show FIFA this kind of stadium, a stadium that even an academy team cannot even boast of, a stadium that if you go everywhere in the world, even just one big man in one locality can build that stadium. Now you are presenting this kind of stadium to the world, to FIFA, that this is the stadium that you built with 1.2 million, a nation of over 230 million, a big country like Nigeria, a country that is well known all over the world. Even when we complain that the government do not support Nigerian football, now FIFA are supporting us, giving us some funds to build stadium. Now the money is nowhere to be found. Now I have two gentlemen by my side. We are going to discuss this topic today. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So what are you saying? Because this news have been going around the internet. Firstly, it was Mobike that brought up this thing online. And then by now, a lot of bloggers have been carrying it. Yet, up to now, we are not seeing any proper detailed, there's no details of how this money was spent during the course of this stadium construction. So I don't just understand, because I was thinking that by now NFF will have just come out and say, guys, okay, Nigeria, look at the way we spend this money, blah blah blah, we constructed so and then the project is still ongoing and we are spending so much, and then the money is still in account, or the money is not touched yet. From now to so time we are supposed to finish the stadium. Nothing of such. It's just to come and debunk the news that the money was properly used.
Once again, well, thank you for having me. The stadium you said they built in Benin Kebbi, one, is not even up to that amount, because what I saw on internet is $1.2 million, right? And what I'm seeing on that same internet that they built, the structure I saw they built there, is not even up to $1 million naira. You understand what I'm saying? And yet the NFF have not come out to say, look at what we did with the money. Even if they said the money was well utilized by Amaju Pinnick. Okay, what did he point out that the money was being used for? Look at this replica, exactly the same thing, the same amount that was given to that of Kenya to build a stadium. What I saw on the same internet online was a different thing. It was a full built stadium with that same amount. I don't know how true that is, but with what I'm saying, you should know with what Nigeria is, that still based on that corruption that we have in all sectors in Nigeria. They must have squandered that money and used it for something else. They never channeled the money for any other footballing event or any other thing. You understand what I'm saying? That money was being channeled for a different thing, and we don't even know what it's being channeled for until they come out and break it down and tell us, look at what we did with so amount of money. Look at what we did. Then that's when we start believing them. But for now, everything is still under investigation. Let them investigate. If FIFA has a disciplinary committee that can come down here and investigate what the monies were used for, please let them come and do it.
Amaju Pinnick, I've been in the court before. because of something like this, and it was acquitted that it was cleared like there was no issue because when this money came in, not today, and then I think some people have reported this matter, but this matter just died off. Are you going to say it is the usual way of our politicians being corrupt and then getting away easily with things like this? Or you are going to say that it's not the fault of because now Amaju is no longer the NFF chairman, and then the current NFF chairman is supposed to be aware of what is going on. But up to now, we have not heard any story, any detail. Like as a nation, we have not even seen anything on the website. Like, okay, this is what social person made use of. This social person, like up to now, the in fact, there's no accurate story about this fund.
You see, I'm deeply, deeply angry about this issue because these people are the helms of affair, always know how to maneuver and make Nigeria look so stupid in the face of the people of the world. Nigerians are very, very educated, for crying out loud. You understand? So, but when I do this thing, I always say it most times here. I said, whomsoever swallows a full coconut is very confident of his anus. It is because when they commit these corrupt practices, they know that they have people that will going to come behind them in the court of law. They are still the people that are still going to employ the people that are on the bench to fight for them. Now, if 1.2 million naira from FIFA, $1.2 million is allocated to build a stadium in two places in Nigeria, they now ask Benin Kebi's government to give them a location. They now give them Calgo Road, a location in Calgo Road to build a stadium, and now give them Bunodo in Delta State to build a stadium for $1.2 million, which is about 1.10 billion naira Nigerian currency. You see the high level of corruption in Nigeria. Now, the Bunodo Stadium in Delta State has not, they said they were having issues with the construction company and one or two glitches that happened. What are the glitches that happened? $2.2 million, about 1.10 billion naira just gone like that, vanished to the thin air. They now went to build the Mushroom Stadium in Benin Kebi. Look at the place, you will still see some potters outside the stadium, all these old pots, thatch houses outside the pitch there. It's just like a place where they used to fight this Salah Ram fight. That's how the stadium is. They just went to lay a grass on the top of it, a carpet grass. Professional footballers can't even play on that pitch because you give them injuries. So the fact is that the Nigerian people are the helms of affair. Now, Amaju Pinnick is no more on seat. He has gone to FIFA. But earlier on we learned that government don't get involved in issues that has to do with FIFA and whatsoever. But we are calling on CAF and FIFA.
But they have their disciplinary
they have their disciplinary committee. Let them come into these issues. What we are clamoring for is for them to come into these issues and let them find out how the money was spent. The money was allocated to them, how it was spent. Look at the Kenya Stadium. Sadio Mane built a stadium in Mambali, about $150,000. State-of-the-art stadium, $150,000 in Senegal. But you were giving $1.2 million.
What about Patoranking, the musician?
Yeah, a musician that he built in his community in Ebutemeta.
So
is it Ebutemeta? Now, no, it's Ebutemeta. I think he grew up in Ebutemeta. You understand, right? It's Ebutemeta. So what have they done with that funds? $1.2 million for just like the hockey pitch, a legacy pitch in National Stadium. That stadium now, all the grasses there have been uprooted because it was not well managed. It's not the state-of-the-art stadium and all of that. So what they built in Benin Kebi is a practicing pitch, not a stadium. You understand? It is a practicing pitch, not a stadium. So
at least you can even see something that they built in Benin Kebi. They built something. What about that of Delta State?
No, there was glitches now.
Even if
there was glitches.
In Delta State, they say lack of funds.
Lack of
there's
funds.
no money. Like they spend money for they spend money to prepare Super Eagles for matches and all of those things. So that is an excuse for not building the stadium.
That is a blatant lie.
That is a lie.
That is a blatant lie. That money was allocated to them. It wasn't it $10 million, and it was said that 1.2 each should be used for building two stadiums. So what are the glitches? What are the glitches? Amaju Pinnick should come and explain to Nigerians and Africa, because that is holding a very relevant position in the FIFA. You understand? Yes. So he should be called. If you not explain it, no matter who he has as a godfather, because he's bringing Nigerian name into the rubbles. I make bold to say it, because if you have been said that you have done something wrong, come to the public space and clear yourself. of the whatever that is leveled against you.
I don't think it's only Ahmad Jupini that will come out and defend himself.
He was there as the end of affair. He will call the rest people.
He will call them. You know, before Ahmad Jupini left, there's something we call handing and taking over. He handed over to someone. Then before the person handed over to this Guzo, right? The three of them at the end of their affair, then and now, should come out and defend the way this money was being spent. That's just it. Because you can't build a stadium 1.2 million and you are building rubbish. Like it's not even a stadium. It's not even up to a training pitch. A standard training
like
pitch.
This now, it's so annoying that this kind
That's
of
so embarrassing.
This so embarrassing. Like it's just a big embarrassment for Nigerian football. Because at this level, and for a personality like Amaju Pinnick that we all are looking up to, because we believe that Amaju Pinnick is one of the big teams from Nigeria, someone that can represent Nigeria in the world stage, like becoming CAF president or becoming like as it stand like this now, one of the biggest or most influential Nigerian football administrator in the world now. So linking this kind of stories to Amadu Pinnick, I feel like if it does not come out to just clear the air, it's going to tarnish his image, because these are exactly some of the things that Galadima did in those days that affected him, and then he started to do all of this. So these kind of things are not supposed to be, because like this now, Nigerian football is dying every day by day. Under 17, no football again. Under 20, being knocked out of the tournament easily. We talk about the Super Eagles like this now, they're not even on top of their game anymore, on the brink of going out of without playing, without qualifying for the next World Cup as well, except they win their remaining matches. And these are some of the challenges that Nigerian football has been facing. And these challenges are some of the things FIFA, seeing Nigeria, they allocated this money to many African countries, hoping that these countries are going to use this money very, very well so that they can develop football. And then specifically, we know that Nigeria is one of the powerhouse of football in Africa. So now, giving Nigeria this kind of money, they expect that people, knowledgeable men from Nigerian football, knowledgeable men from Nigerian administrators are supposed to handle this money very, very, because building good stadium, good facilities, this can also help grow our football. Because when you build this kind of thing, it will enable some time. Most of the time when they play this under 17 screening, they usually go to FIFA Go project in Abuja all the time, and that place is not even good enough. When you go there, if you see where 100 boys are sleeping overnight, if you see where they are, if you see the toilet they make use of, if you see the bedroom, if you see the environment, not even good. Yes, they are young boys, but even though they are young boys, more they suffer. Can't we be improving on our facility? But if you go outside the other African countries, these are what they call national team. When you want to do things, you do things in a way that when people come around, they should be able to, at least, even if they give you 1.2 million to do something, if you want to take 100,000 to your pocket, 20,000 to your pocket,
You shouldn't take anything.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just giving.
You are not supposed to take a dime.
No. Okay. Maybe.
Are you a corrupt man?
No. Maybe.
He is.
See, what I'm just trying to say is that you having 1.2 million to
Dollars,
build a stadium
in
dollars to build stadium, and then this money you can't account for. You cannot even produce a very tangible thing that people will see and feel like, wow, they can even be calculated. It's like, even if you tell that I spend 1.5 million, people will agree, because of what? They're already seeing that amount of money in the project. But that's what I meant by saying that. But now you build something that is not even that, something that even one musician in Nigeria can just build this thing. Then what is the essence of FIFA giving you that money? Why? Now, who are we going to continue to blame when Nigeria are not performing well? Because now I am beginning to look beyond these players. Because now, if our administrator can have the mind to do things like this, because they don't care about the future of this country anymore. They don't care anymore. Now, the question now is, now, as it starts like this now, the authorities have started investigating. But now, we all know that government don't interfere with football, especially when it comes to FIFA. But now, it will be very difficult for FIFA to just come to Nigeria and then begin to probe NFF chairman or administrator, but they are still going to go through the government. So, but now, because the news have been flying around now, I know that one way or the other, the authorities will have to come in, because it still concerns Nigeria. And then, even though they did not do more, but at least they will have to bring some transparency out.
What I have to say now is that you know that Nigerian football is in moribund. Seriously. And FIFA dishing out this money for football development should have followed it up to monitor on how this money is being spent. Nigeria is a corrupt country. You and I know that. Most people at the aim of the affairs of most Nigerian sectors are all corrupt people. You are giving out $10 million to Nigeria without them accounting for any single thing they have
That's
used
what 1 million.
$1 million that they've used that money for. You understand me? Looking at that stadium at Birinkebi, or will I call it?
Practicing pitch.
Practicing pitch. I can't call it a stadium.
Practicing pitch.
At least that one is not even worth up to $1 million. Up to $1 million.
$400,000.
It's not even up to four. Do you know what $400,000 is? If you convert it to Nigerian currency, it's not even up to what anything. Then that of the one in Delta State, they've not even built anything at all, and they just expect us to allow the FIFA expects, or you expect FIFA to allow the thing to slide like that. They should come down here, since the government doesn't have the powers to interrupt anything that has to do with football. FIFA has a disciplinary committee, and NFF is under CAF. CAF is under FIFA. They can come through CAF, come down here, then and do the investigation. And anything, if they find anybody wanting, the person should should be accountable for it. Not allowing government, even if they allow Nigerian government to do the same thing, there must be, according to what Mr. Albert said, that anybody that is swallowing a coconut must be ready that he has a very big anus. Yes. You understand? If they allow the Nigerian government to go into this thing, then that godfatherism must come into play. So FIFA, I'm pleading to FIFA or CAF to come down and sort this thing by themselves.
Okay, Mr. Albert, one word on this case.
CAF should try everything possible to bring the people that have considered this harm to Nigerian football to book. The Amaju Pinnick-led administration that was given $10 million and allocated $1.2 million each to build a stadium in Birnin-Kebbi and in Delta State. And those stadiums, the one in Delta has not even begun. The one in Birnin-Kebbi is not even a stadium, it's a practicing pitch. Where the money followed, I am pleading on CAF and FIFA to come into this issue and let the people that were at the helms of affair give accountability for everything they have done.
One word, Mr. Eto.
NFF should be brought to book. Let them give account of how they spent that $10 million that was given to them.
Okay. Well, this is a very interesting topic, and this topic will not only end here, because as time goes on, we are going to see what will unfold along the line, because everybody have been speaking up. But my advice to FIFA is that if FIFA can just help us to publish the details of this payment and who were involved in receiving this money on behalf of the Nigerian Football Federation, I think that will go a long way to help Nigeria. If they cannot interfere, at least let the image of those that were involved, let their image be tarnished somehow, and then if possible, if they can ban them for, because I feel like if FIFA comes in somehow to make sure that the money that we are giving you, that you are using it well, because there's no way FIFA will stop giving out money to nations, especially Africa, that the world believe that they need development in terms of football, because FIFA giving out those grants are part of their job to develop African football. So, but sending to Nigeria at this moment, and Nigeria not using it well, it still make no sense, because it's as if we didn't collect any money at all. If other countries are developing their country, because this same money, when you use it to develop your country, is still for your good, for the good of your children, for the good of your generation, for the good of this country. You are being paid salary, your name is at stake, the Nigerian football continue to go out. So I see no reason, if not for wickedness, why FIFA will give you money for a nation to develop something that your unborn children will still benefit from, yet you are not even putting in effort to do anything. So it's just a message to FIFA and CAF. They should just try and help us and come into this matter, so that Nigerian football, because at this stage now, under 17, under 20, Super Eagles, Super Falcon, apart from the Super Falcon that is doing well now, every other Nigerian department now in football is going down. And if this continue, Nigeria will be nowhere near many African countries, let alone nearing the world. Thank you.